What's up, people? It's that time. Uh-oh. What did I do? Okay. I see I screwed up again with the microphone situation, but I think I just fixed it. So, I have two mics hooked up because of the show I did with Ken. I should have unhooked that, but whatever. He's going to be on again tomorrow. So, that's the surprise. We're going to be doing a show tomorrow. We tried to do one this weekend, but that just did not happen because he wasn't feeling well and neither was I. I stayed in bed all day Saturday. But welcome to What the Fuck Tuesday. This is the day that we go through the relationship advice questions that have come in this week and a few stragglers from weeks before. And they are in a column that my lovely cousin Candace has prepared for me. And what I do on this show is, my cousins do the questions. Okay, they come in, they look at them, they decide which ones are gonna be in the column each week. I'll have nothing to do with it. And so I get the document, right? And it's sent to me. So I'm sitting here waiting for the email to come. And then I print it out. And then it has a cover page. See, so I can't really see yet. See, there's the cover. Wait, how am I going to do this? Anyway, there's a cover page with the date on it. And so I can't really see anything yet until I take this clip off. And then I flip back to the back because I always want to know how many it is. Looks like 21 this week. Okay, well, that's a few less than one week we had was 23 or something. I thought I was going to die. So we got 21 questions this week. So we will be here for a minute. If you have friends that you think would enjoy this show, be sure to fire them off the link or put on your social media, whatever, and get them on over here so they can partake of this fun and education on relationships. Good to see everybody in here. It's the usual crowd in here. My wonderful mod, Lady Boss Bay, holding it down. You guys watch your language so she don't have to work too hard. She can enjoy the show and interacting with you a little bit too. All right? So let's go. Question number one. This is from a young woman in the 26. You wish it was 25. You being mean to me, Ash. Ash is being very mean. Okay, this is a woman 26 to 29 from Raleigh, North Carolina. She says, for me, this is beyond weird. My fiance's mom still talks to his ex-girlfriend all the time. He was in a long relationship with her and she ended up cheating on him over 6 times before he found out. For my family, even if my parents liked my boyfriends, they always cut ties because it's just a thing that you do. There's no reason for them to be in your life anymore or theirs. I bring it up every once in a while, hinting that I want his mom to cut ties fully with her before we get married because I cannot become comfortable with this after being with him for over 3 years. Even when we became serious and started talking about marriage, I started to slowly become friends with his family on Facebook. Yet all of them are still friends with her. Is this normal? I just cannot let it go because I am not and never will be comfortable with it. Every time I bring it up, my fiance gets on the defensive and mad at me, but he always tells me to bring something up that's bugging me and to be honest about it. He says he won't ever do anything. He hasn't talked to him forever, but he tells me that when he talks to her sometimes, but he does tell me when he talks to her, which is sometimes. I don't know what to do. What you do is grow the fuck up. You can see you don't control anybody but yourself, lady. And if those people, because the two of them broke up, that doesn't mean anything. They still like this other person. Now, the reason why I understand that is because I have a similar situation in my life. This guy's he's on his like second or third wife or something. I don't know. He just be doing the most. But anyway, we were at one point headed down that road, and his mother just loved me, sisters, brothers, everybody. Okay, now here it is. I don't even know how many years later because I started dating him between high school and college. Okay, so you know how many centuries ago that was, and they still invite me over for Christmas or Thanksgiving, something like that. I don't always go, but they still, when I go there, it's a nice time. I enjoy seeing them. I mean, in reality, I've known these people the majority of my life. Okay, now I don't know if it's the same here, but my relationship with them and their relationship with me is totally separate and apart from his relationship with me. You see what I mean? So you're acting like you're like one of those little kids in elementary school. You can't be friends with Sally because you're my friend. You're my friend. You can't be friends with anybody but me. That's what you sound like. It's extremely immature. That's why your boyfriend gets mad because it's like, what you think he gonna do? He can't control his whole family. And you sit up there getting mad about it over and over and over and over and over and complaining and bitching about it over and over and over and over. Of course he's irritated, don't want to hear it. I just reading the letter one time and I don't want to hear it. Girl, you need to grow up. The best thing you could do is to just act like it doesn't bother you, which it really shouldn't. And talking about, and I cannot ever get comfortable with it. See, you digging in your heels and you drawing a line in the sand. And sometimes you cause yourself problems because you're going to put his family in a position where they're going to have to choose between her and you, and they have a longer relationship with her than they do with you, and you just going to fuck yourself all kinds of ways up. You need to reconsider your position, and you need to grow up. This is like stupid. This is just dumb, you know. Yeah, you know what I mean? Just because you and him didn't work out or what she and him, whatever, they didn't work out. That doesn't mean anything. It's nice that your family did that, but they didn't have to. They just did it because they knew you were silly and immature and they didn't want to hear about it. So they decided it was easier. But his family, he's much more mature, and so are his relatives than the people in your family, and so they don't still feel the need to do that. They didn't work out, but oh well, what's that got to do with them? So I don't know. I don't see the problem here. I think the problem is you. Question number two, female 21 to 26 from Silver Springs, Maryland. I've been talking to a guy I met on a dating app. Oh, God, not another one. Yeah, the ex cheated on him. But so what is that? What's that got to do with them? That's between him and her. You see what I mean? That would be like, the dude I dated. He was a little fucker. But why would I hold that against his family? They didn't have nothing to do with what he did. He's a grown adult when he was making those decisions. They had nothing to do with it. So for me to feel like I need to be like all in the attitude, or them to be all in the attitude because of what he did, that's silly. That's silly thinking. It doesn't matter if the ex cheated on him. That was between him and her. It wasn't like, she beat him and stole his money and shit. Like, question number two. Okay, so she says, been talking to a guy on a dating app for about 6 weeks. And we have had 5 dates so far. Our last date was yesterday. Who should text who afterwards? Wait, how old are you? 21 to 26. Okay. I find myself getting very anxious after I haven't heard from him for a while, which I know is ridiculous, but I just can't help worrying that he has gotten bored or lost interest. I don't want to be texting him too much because I know that this would come across as desperate or needy and push him away. Normally, we exchange a few texts a day and it has been 50-50 initiating it. After our 4th date, I texted first the next day to say thank you for buying me dinner. Should I text first today after our 5th date, or should I leave it and see if he makes contact? I have no idea if he's interested in me and feel very anxious about the whole situation, which I know is stupid because I haven't even known him that long. Oh my God! You are like a 12-year-old. This is ridiculous. Wait a minute. You know what? I don't have my donations that people gave me last week yet. They only send them to you once a month. But I did go and get me a little nip because I knew these folks was going to be getting on my nerves. And look at it. Only on the second letter, I got to take a swig. Oh, this is nasty, though. All right. Young lady, let me explain something to you. The man has asked you out 5 times, okay? Do men go out and spend their money on somebody that they don't like? Where they do that at? Okay, so the question of whether he's interested in you is kind of like a duh. Okay. Now, how interested and how long his interest is and how big the interest is, we don't know that. But is he interested? Yes. Okay, so the basic interest is already there. But this anxiety that you have, this low self esteem, this desperate need for all this validation from this man that you're not even in a relationship with, you need to chill. You need to just cool out. Chill out, chill your jets, cool, whatever I'm trying to say. Hi, Pamela. Pamela's so sweet. Exactly. 5 dates. You know what I mean? Usually by the time you make it past date number three, it's pretty established. Or make it even to date number three. That means you on a path where everybody likes everybody. Okay. Date, first date, yeah. Second date, you might be not really sure. So you go on a second date to, kind of like round things out or ask questions you didn't get to ask or see the person different environment. Okay, so 2 dates is pretty standard. But if you say, okay, this checks out, this is okay, let's see what's going to happen, and you go to date three, four, and five, okay, that's you on a path there. So I don't know what to tell you that would make you feel better, but I'm going to tell you this. Stop relying on text. That is the number one thing that I see is the biggest mistake that people make these days. And I understand you're in that very young age group where y'all all into your technology and stuff. But let me tell you something. Grown ass men call you. Grown ass men want to talk. They want to have a conversation. They want to hear your voice. They want to hear you laugh. They want to hear the tonal qualities change as talk. You explore your emotions and go through all these things. They want to let you hear that sexy, deep voice so you get that chill up and down your spine. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, all this texting is so impersonal. I just hate it. I just hate it. I mean, it's cool for like a quick little something, but you shouldn't have to be having whole conversations with a man by text. Why does he call you? What is his problem? Why is he avoiding you? There's no intimacy there. I hate that shit, to tell you the truth. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But you need to just calm down. You need to get a hobby. And if you that confused about it, then you should be dating several other people because you don't really have a commitment with him yet. So, I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't be going out with other guys. You're putting all your eggs in one basket. And that's not normally what a young woman should be doing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, text is, and and it's real easy to misconstrue things, and people will mislead you and say, just no. I want to have a conversation. I actually prefer to have them face to face. I don't even like the phone. I don't, Oh, you guys, I did. I got me a new phone today. This is a Google something 3 XL or something Pixel. Google Pixel phone. Some people say, "Oh, I hate it. Doesn't have external storage or whatever." I'm like, you know what? The service is $20 a month. I love it. And I needed a new phone. I had a Note 4. You know how old that phone was, but I still loved it. Hey, thank you, Natural. So I just got this phone today, and I don't even know how to work it yet. But um, I don't even really use my phone that much. That's why I was able to keep that Note 4 for 7 years. I don't, you know, I don't use my phone that much. I prefer face to face conversations because I want to be able to see you. I want to be able to read your body language. And if it's somebody I like, I want to be able to rub on them and hug on them and kiss on them and do whatever else I'm going to do to them. I like that, you know. That's my preference. Yeah, I didn't necessarily want pink, but this is the Black Friday special. And this was the only one that they had left on the Black Friday special. So guess who got it? Because you get it for like the phone is essentially free after you keep the service for 2 months. And you know how I be shopping for a bargain. I'm like, oh, this is a bet. Let me get this shit. So there you go. So that's my comment to you. You need to calm down. And any of you also sit around fretting about, oh, he hasn't called me, he hasn't texted me, this and that. Just calm down and get you a hobby or go out with some other dudes so you can dilute that focus from him. Question number 3, female in the 30 to 36 age group. It just says USA. So I love my sister, and she has produced 4 children that I love with all my heart. She's 30, has her own house, car, and pretty much is independent. But this is where it gets to be a mess. She had her first kid by a thug dude my family never met, so she was a single mom for a while. My siblings, my parents, and I helped her raise the kid. My parents let her move into their house and stay for however long she needed to get back on her feet. Fast forward 5 years, she gets married to this one shady dude, and she has 3 more kids by him. He's now in jail because he was abusing her and various other shit. Now it's just her and the kids on their own. She's been coming over to my parents' house with her kids. They're all very young, toddler age, so they're energetic and crazy. Unannounced. My mother, being the sweet old lady she is, does not mind them coming over. She always feeds, bathes, and looks after them. But one thing I've noticed is that whenever my sister comes over with her kids, she expects my mother to clean up after them and whatnot as if she's their mother. She tells her mom to go make them a plate and says to the kids, make your grandma deal with it or something along those lines. Oh, hell no. As of recently, my mother has been expressing that she's tired and would simply like to come home to relax without the noise of little kids. So my sister starts throwing a grown ass tantrum and tries to basically guilt my mother into letting her and the kids spend the night. My parents are very old. My mother's not selfish by any means. She's the most giving person I know. So it hurts to watch her get taken advantage of by her own blood. Is it wrong for her to want to come home to a non chaotic, peaceful environment? Please tell me what you think about this. It isn't my place to confront anyone given the situation, but it's hard to stand by and watch. The hell it's not. What's wrong with you? Of course it is in your place. And just like I told a couple of people last week, what you need to do, where it just says USA, so you see, you should have been more specific. But anyway, I guess it doesn't matter because it's like I'm looking up right now anyway. But again, this is a call for adult protective services and intervention because of the fact that this is elder abuse. Because once they start using the resources or the time of old people to the point where they're exhausted and getting sick. So, when they're coming over, your mother's feeding them, right? She's taking care of them. She's doing stuff. And her resources are going towards your sister's children with no compensation. Your sister has plenty of money and she should be taking care of her own kids. If she did not want to have 4 kids to be taken care of, the bitch should have kept her legs closed. I don't know what else to tell you. And if were this my sister doing that shit, I would, in case she had a key to the parents' house, I would get a locksmith over there and I would change that lock and I would put an intercom system in so that the parents could look out there, see who it is, and ignore her ass. That's what I would do. And then she would have whatever key she had, she would just have it. She wouldn't be get in the house, and they would not have to be bothered with her. She could stand out there with them kids until it snowed over and they all turned into snowmen. It would not matter. They would not get in, and she would get cussed out. And I wouldn't care if I had to do it in front of her kids. Say, yo, you got a raggedy ass mama. And that's just how it is. You're not going to be coming to grandma's house until she invites you. And that's how it is. You stay at your house and you deal with your kids yourself. And if you don't want to deal with them, hire a babysitter. That's what people do. Stop wearing these old people out like this. These taking years off their life. You need to intervene. You sit up there talking about it's not your place. The fuck it's not. That's your mama. Okay? And she's getting used and abused by your sister. And you sitting up here writing to me about it, which is good because you obviously don't know what to do. But I'm telling you what to do so you get your ass in gear and make it happen. This is just ridiculous. Yeah. But if it was me, I'm telling you, my daughter would know better. Because I would look out the door. I'd say, I didn't invite you over. Go away. Go home. When I want to look at you and hear all that fucking noise, I will call you and tell them, do not show up at my house, especially unannounced. Slam the door, and that would be that. But everybody's not like me. I have very firm boundaries, and you just not gonna, you just not gonna break them. Yeah, they want to go have all these damn babies and then want to dump them on the grandparents. No, I'm not doing that. I raised my kid, and that's the extent of it. I'm done. Okay. And she don't have no kids. I'm like, that's a smart move. Because that's what you would have, a kid, and I would just be looking at you. Question number 4, female, 26 to 29, Washington, D.C. Is my boyfriend expecting me to be someone different? He says I don't validate his feelings. We live together and we're in our mid 30s. Some examples include me not apologizing for taking up both parking spots and him having to wait a few minutes for me to move. I didn't know he was coming home. He says I never listen. Okay, let me just stop. I'm going to do this as I go along because this is stupid. It's starting off stupid. Your ass is 26 to 29. You know you live with somebody. Why the fuck would you take up both parking spots? Whether he was there or not, you know he's coming home eventually. See, this would have got your tires flattened and your car towed. I'm just such a bitch. Oh my God. Especially if I had to tell you the second time. Your shit would just be out the way. And then you would have to figure out how to go get it. Because it's like, this is my spot. That's your spot. Parking your spot. Anytime I come or go, I want to be able to access my vehicle without having to wait for your ass. See, that would be like grounds to break up. Oh, I just don't know. No. We're going to break up or I'm going to get your shit towed. And then you're going to be on the bus. So then we don't have to worry about you parking in 2 spots because you won't have a vehicle till you go down there and get it. Yeah, just inconsiderate and rude. And then don't even want to apologize for it. But that should have never happened even one time because you know that your car only needs to take up 1 spot. Okay, let me read on. This is stupid. When he has 3 days off of work, I made plans for a few hours with a friend and planned on spending rest of the time with him. He says it's not enough, and I should have asked what we were doing first because he's rarely off. I even had surprised him with tickets to a game the next day and had to tell him early because he was upset. Okay, you can't surprise somebody with when on their off days because you don't know what plans he has. I'm seeing a pattern here of lack of consideration. That's what I'm seeing. You just all off on your own thing. You like to narc in this relationship, very like self-centered and not really considering his feelings or anything. Now the man say he hardly has any time off, right? You know this because you live with the man or whatever. Okay, so you know he hardly has any time because of course he wants to spend it with his lady. Okay, that's what a normal man would want to do. The person he loves, he want to be up under her, go somewhere, do stuff, hang out, do the bedroom stuff, cook together, do whatever y'all gonna do. But he wants to do it with you because he misses you and he wants to be with you. And these are the 3 days he has in a row to do that. But what do? Go traipse off with some woman that you could have seen while he was at work. Okay, so I hope you're not expecting me to be on your side on this. Okay, so then she says, I took the dog out for an hour and he left saying he's not my doormat and he's not waiting around for me. It was early and I figured when I got back we'd do something. It's a Sunday and he goes watch the games. He says by taking the dog out, I cut into our time together because he'll be gone most of the day. Again, he didn't give me much of a chance to suggest something. He says I assume too much. You don't communicate well. Okay, so why would you need to take a dog out for a whole hour? It don't take a dog that long to piss and shit. Okay, 10 minutes? And why couldn't he come with you? Why couldn't you do it later? I have questions about your behavior and why you choose to do the things that you do. Deb, I feel like I can't do anything right. I'm trying to be more considerate of his feelings, but I'm not going to apologize for something I don't see as an issue. Is it me? Oh, it's 100% you. It's 955% you. You get on my nerves and I'm not even dating you. Yeah, I would break up. You would get on my fucking nerves. Your attitude is all just you're not any kind of partner. All you think about is yourself. Yeah, but she need to be single because she doesn't think like a partner. Because like again, your man is only off for 3 days, honey. You can bet I would have canceled everything. I'm not going nowhere that your ass ain't going to, nigga. That's how it's gonna be. We're gonna be like Siamese twins for 3 days. Cause you don't really get to see him that much. You don't get to spend that much time with him. Okay, so you got 3 days. That's like a luxury. If you want to see your friends and walk a dog for an hour and do all this crazy stuff, I don't understand. I don't think yeah, she's definitely the narc in this relationship. Anyway, I hope you understand that you ain't shit. And I hope that he breaks up with you because he deserves more. You don't get it. You don't need to be in a relationship until you get a clue. Question number 5, female 30 to 36 from Philly. I've been with my partner for nearly 9 years. He's great in so many ways, but he has some traits I just can't understand. He works incredibly hard and can really make me laugh. Although he's super unsocial and lacks romance. I'm very romantic and I love affection. He likes it in the bedroom only. No complaints, gestures, or anything like that unless it leads to eggplant. Yeah, a lot of men have that problem. Without meaning to, I've met another guy, yet it's even more complicated. He's married with 2 children, but unhappy at home too. He's a complete opposite to my partner. He calls me beautiful, gorgeous. He has a nickname for me. He doesn't want just eggplant, and we haven't done that yet. I get so frustrated, even after telling my partner to his face that I like him to be more romantic and give compliments. I feel like I'm asking too much of him, but it's not something I should be asking for. Is it not something that he should want to do? I'm frustrated that I'm falling for this other guy so hard that he is literally all I think about. I get jealous just thinking about him with his wife. I completely understand it, but can't control how I feel. I wouldn't want him to leave his family as I know of him, and I actually looked after his children. Oh, you just doing too much. I need some serious advice on where to go with this. I'm getting myself in such a state. Okay. Of course he's unhappy at home. Have you ever met a married man that walks up to somebody and says, I'm happy at home. I love my wife to death. There's no problems at all in our relationship. I love my kids. I'm never leaving them at all, ever. I just want a bone. Are you down with that? I'm still waiting to meet that married man. So, that's that bold and that honest. I'm sure there's some out there, but I haven't heard of anybody meeting any. So what you're doing, girlfriend, is you're missing romance and excitement and affection and a feeling of appreciation for your femininity and things like that that every woman wants in a relationship. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what you're desiring. What I'm telling you though is that you're wasting your time in a man that you've been with for 9 years because that's not the dude. That's not the guy. He's not going to give it to you. I'm not sure why you stayed in a relationship where you're so hungry for just, just public displays of affection and just regular old affection. Um, that you're sacrificing that need in order to have this man in your life. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of guys that love to hug and kiss and cuddle and, sit on the couch and play footsie with you and lay their head in your lap or you let you lay yours in theirs and watch TV together and you sit in his lap. I mean, there's all these kind of things. I know that's what you're talking about. Walk around holding hands, have him just spontaneously hug you and kiss you and stuff like that. That's what you want. Every woman wants that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you need to recognize that after 9 years, you're not going to get that if in this relationship. It's never going to happen because he ain't that dude. So instead of you complaining about it and trying to think that you can bit and piece your relationship by getting this stuff from someone else, just have the courage to tell this guy, this relationship is not meeting my needs. I got to go. You're a great guy for someone else. For me, I feel like I'm just missing so much of life and romance and things that would make me feel whole and loved and warm and snuggly and romantic and excited to be with my man, and I'm not getting any of that from you. None of it. So I gotta go. And then you pack your shit and you get out. This is not hard. And you don't mess with somebody else's husband either. That's some shit to get you killed. Well, if she's not think she's just looking at what she's getting from him. The fact that he's married is like secondary. But I'm trying to redirect her. Yes, this is what you need. You have every right to want it, but you're not gonna get it from either one of these guys. Both of them are wrong. So just leave them alone. Question number 6. This is from a young man, 30 to 36. Hey, Deb, what do you think about polyamorous, polygamous relationships? Oh, why did he write me with this? I don't think humans are made to be monogamous, and that results in cheating and then divorce. Isn't it better to be straightforward? Yes, it is. It absolutely is. If that's the lifestyle that you want to live, you should never be married, ever. Not under the U.S. definition of marriage. Because, see, here it's illegal to have more than one wife in this entire country. Can't do that. Not here. Now, you want to go somewhere else, I guess you can do that. But not here. Okay, so here you have one wife. But if that's not the lifestyle that you want to live, then you get your little passport working and you get your little ticket to somewhere and you get on the jet plane and go to a country where they allow that kind of stuff. And then you live over there and do whatever it is you want to do. But one thing that you do not do is get married to a woman who believes that she's going to be your one and only and that you have the same vision that she does of fidelity and commitment and monogamy, and then you do a bait and switch. Okay, that's some fucked up stuff. A lot of dudes do that. Well, I don't, I want to do this and that. But see, it's the really interesting things, ladies. What's really interesting is, but see, soon as you tell them, oh, that's a good idea. So you get another wife, I'm gonna get another husband, and we're gonna make this happen. Oh, then suddenly motherfuckers got a whole new understanding about why that's not a good idea. Oh, well, we don't need to do that. That's what you talking about. You crazy. No, 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 no. You think polyamory is a wonderful thing. I'm telling you that you can do that. I'm not gonna stop you. But if you gonna do it, I'm gonna do it too. So, just don't think that I'm going to get tired of the same dick every day, looking at the same face. You do the same tricks. You're a one trick pony. I like some new dick too. And, you just break it down for them. What you want? You can't do nothing real exciting. I just, what? So if we going to do that, then let's do it. And then suddenly they be backstepping, backpedaling, and having all kind of reconsideration thoughts. Like maybe this ain't a good idea. Like, oh no, no, no. Oh, that's what you wanted. Let's go for it. At least let's try it. Let's do a 6-month trial. I would wear his ass out. And I would make sure to put some speakers in the room with amplifiers. So every little scream, every little moan and groan I made, it would just resonate through the entire house. I'd be wearing his fucking ass out. You think this is such a great idea? Let me show you how great it is. You only sleep with one? What's the point of that? That's the whole good part about being single. You fuck who you want to fuck because you're not tied to nobody. You don't think men do it? I don't know where women get this idea that that's what, if you do that, then it makes you a hoe. That makes you a this and that. No, it makes you a woman who's about what she wants to have in her life. Yeah, that is supposed to be part of it. You're supposed to maintain the two families equally. But you know what? What we do, like the ghetto way of doing it. The man stays at home, and he's out on the corner selling incense and dashikis and shit. And the women are the ones with the job or the Section 8 or the food stamps and all this stuff, right? So he just like big pimping off of all these dumb women, and they taking care of his ass while he's sitting up there bed hopping. Pff, I wish I would. Anyway, let us move on from that stupidity. Yeah, so anyway, to answer your question, yes, it is better to be straightforward. And if you have a woman who doesn't want that lifestyle, don't lie to her. Don't tell her that you want what she wants and get her all caught up and then switch up on her. See, that's some shit to get you stabbed. Question number 7. This is from a woman 30 to 36 out of Oregon. This may be long, so bear with me. Guess what? I'm going to trim this for you. Look at all this shit you wrote. Okay. My mom's turning 69. She's been dependent on everyone around her, particularly my dad. She never learned how to drive. She never worked in her life. She gives off a negative vibe to everyone around her. I was like, so she has a sense of entitlement, is what I'm picking up. Dad passed away 13 years ago, and all hell broke loose. My siblings and I agreed that we would try our best to help her. It did work out the first year or so, and I personally drove 40 minutes each way to take her to doctor's visits, emergency room visits, etc. I was okay with it until I realized she was taking advantage of the healthcare system by going to the ER once a week for a sniffle or a cough. A stomach ache would always result to her going to the ER, followed up by a visit to her family doctor. Each time she would insist that there would be something seriously wrong and she must have cancer, but they ran. Okay, she's looking for attention. All possible tests and everything came back negative. Okay, blah, blah, blah. After many years of being taken advantage of, I finally got fed up, especially now that I have 3 kids. There are 3 of us, but she's constantly asking me to do stuff for her. Okay, I stopped offering rides to doctor visits as well as running errands due to my work schedule, so the burden has been reduced drastically. She, she has resorted to taking public transportation. Okay, she lives with one of my sisters, babysits her 5 kids free of charge, does their housekeeping, helps her pay the rent, but never asks her for help, just always me. She runs out of food. Who does she call? Me. Need to run errands? Me. Wait a minute, how's she gonna run out of food and she living in the house with a woman who's got 5 kids? How does this work? Meanwhile, my sister and her husband rarely work. They are alcoholics. They get drunk and stay home from work after late drinking and suffering from hangovers. I'm so pissed because my mom enables their behavior by tending to them hand and foot. She washes their dishes, washes their kids, so they have more time to drink. Oh, man. She made me drive down to her house to read some letters that she couldn't understand, and my sister was laying on the couch doing nothing. My sister can read perfect English, yet instead of asking her for help, she made me drive to her. I'm at this phase where I'm starting to throw a tantrum whenever she asks me for help. Why not me, not my sister? She does so much for my sister. I've never asked her for help with anything, yet she's always bugging me. I'm really considering moving far away to escape her, but I love living in Oregon. I don't know what to do. I'm just so frustrated. Talking to my mom is useless because she always has excuses. She makes me hate my life. No, you make yourself hate your life because you don't know how to fucking say no. It's very simple. No, no, nada, nine. That's all you got to do. When she calls, say, ask, what's her face, and hang up. And you know what your mother really needs to do? Wait, how old is she? You wrote so fucking much, I forgot. She's turning 69. Put her ass in a senior residential facility. You know what I mean? Have her move in there. If she got some social security or something, she could just live over there. And they have board games and they play bingo and they go on little trips and stuff. And she can enjoy the rest of her life over there with people her own age and not be babysitting. And they can come visit at the home, but they got to get up out of there. They can't stay, and she won't be leaving there to go babysit them and all this kind of stuff. They have doctors right there on the site. They have staff. They'll dispense her medicine. They'll run errands. They do all the stuff. They have people that'll do that. That's what she need to be. That's what I would do. And then my sister and her drunk husband could have CPS called on them and their children taken away. Oh yeah, I would just wreak havoc on everybody. I would come in there like a whirling dervish and ruin lives. That's what they need to have happen to them. But my thing is, just like you love living in Oregon, you can love living somewhere else. I've lived all over this country, and I love every place that I lived while I was there. But this is my home, and so this is, where I always come back to. But she don't even need a nurse. The mother's just lonely. That's what it is. She run into the ER because sniffles and stuff. Notice it was nothing serious. None of what she's talking about is a serious illness. Sniffles and a stomach ache. She has stomach ache because she's tense and nervous from living in a stressful situation like this. And how you gonna be running out of food? That means she feed them from her Social Security. That's what that means. So again, we're talking elder abuse. And if she, my phone is doing something, and I don't know how to make it turn on. Oh, okay. Luckily, it gives you instructions. Um, Yeah, this is just elder abuse. So I would investigate, I would call Adult Protective Services and explain the situation and ask if they can make a referral to a place for her to move to get away from these people where she, can be safe and taken care of. Her meals are prepared. She might have a roommate, but, she would be in a nice place and away from your crazy drunk sister. Question number 8, female 25 to 29 in the UK. My children's father cheated on me whilst whilst pregnant and is now official with the former side piece. He likes to declare how he doesn't make a mockery of her the way he did me, and how him and his family were laughing behind my back about it the whole time. Then other times he will video call to quote speak to the children, but then spends an hour telling me his life story and whining about being depressed. Oh, he keeps a picture of me on his bedside table and says it so the boys will know their mom and dad get on. Old boy still has my name tatted on his neck. Well, I mean, it's not like you could just use an eraser and, they're gone. Whenever he starts an argument, he will bring my partner into it and start dissing him. Or he would ask me, how does it feel knowing his family welcomed me, her, his side piece, with open arms behind my pregnant back? When handovers for the children come about, I wait outside for him as he tries to chill at my house and tries to demand my quote friendship. How do I drum it into this person's head? I just want to be cordial for the children or even have a third party to do handovers, etc. I think he still has feelings, but that's not my problem. Advice, please. What? Your bitch ass don't know how to say no to somebody? See, this is the thing, he keeps you on the phone. You don't know how to fucking hang up and turn the ringer off? What is this with these women? Weak as hell. And how you gonna let somebody keep you on the phone? That motherfucker couldn't have kept me on the phone for 10 seconds. Soon as he started with that shit, I'd be like, click. I don't want to hear that. Click. That would be the end of it. And that's what he would get every time. As far as this thing about the handover, you can do that in a public place. You want to wait outside, but no. Meet his ass at McDonald's or something. You don't have to do it at your house at all. You can do it at a police station, out in the parking lot. You can do it anywhere. You don't now he does never have to come to your house ever. Okay? So that's just ridiculous. Um and then telling you all the stuff about what his family does and stuff. Welcome her with open arms. It's like, well, your family's just nasty and trifling just like you. What you want from me? There's some asses and assholes and bitches, and so are you. So what? That's why we ain't together, because you an asshole and a bitch. And I just hate that I had a kid by your bitch ass. Oh no, he wouldn't want to be talking to me crazy. But yeah, that's the main thing. You not being strong enough. You're not putting up any boundaries. You're not saying no, and you want to whine to me. I don't feel like hearing this. Now I'm getting in a bad mood. Yeah, these chicks are just desperate. They don't have no kind of self esteem, no spine, no backbone, no nothing. And just let these men run all over them all kind of crazy way. Question number 9, female, 26 to 29, San Diego. My boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years. He was with his ex of 6 years when he met me, and I was the other woman. Well, there you go. Anything that happens after that, you asked for it. So let us go read on. I was not aware that they were still together during this time. Oh. Come to find out, she is pregnant with his kid that he didn't want in the first place, which was knowledge held by the ex who decided to keep the kid anyways and moved back home with her family when she found out he had slept with me. Okay, I found out he had been asking his ex for nudes and stuff. He said it was because he felt guilty about ruining men for her. What? And he wanted to boost her self confidence and keep himself in her good graces because of the kid. Okay, he's just a ooh. I found out 3 weeks ago that he had been asking her for news and stuff again since September, and it just crushed me. But I still feel like I want the relationship to work. I did kick him out of my apartment after finding out he has been living with his dad. My family knows all about this, and I expressed wanting him to come back so we can work on our relationship. My mom told me that if I did that, he would not be welcome in my family. I don't know what to do because I have a good relationship with my family, and I don't want to lose him, but I also want him back because I feel I'm happier when he is with me despite what he has done. He keeps promising me that he won't do it again, and said he was getting inside his own head about the ex being out to get him, that he felt he needed to do it to stay on her good side. And I recently found out from his mom that he was going to propose to me before I found out about this. I just don't know what to do, and I need an objective opinion. I'm having trouble taking emotion out of this. Okay, what you about to do is choose a dusty bum over your family. This is a man who has lied to you and is still dealing with his ex, looking at naked pictures of her and asking them for them, and they tipping around and doing who knows what else. That's all kind of boundaries of a relationship and commitment have been crossed here. Once you found out that this girl was pregnant, you were supposed to dump him. His life is over there with that kid. You made the most grievous error in judgment right there. Okay, now let me tell you something else. This attitude that you have that, he didn't want the kid, you fucking bear a woman who's fertile and young, because they're in the 26, you're in the 26 to 29 age group, okay? You can still get pregnant at that age. He's sticking his dick up in her bear. That motherfucker want to be somebody's daddy. Now, he may tell you that he didn't want to, but all his behavior is saying that he did. No matter what his mouth is saying, his behavior is showing that he was trying his hardest to make a baby. Okay, then when it happened, now he want to cry. Oh, I didn't. That's not what I wanted. Oh, yes, it was, motherfucker. Yes, it was. Just own it. Okay, so you made all kind of mistakes here, and now you got rid of him with his disrespectful, cheating, lying ass, and you have the gall to want to get him back, and you writing me to ask about taking emotion out of this. Your emotions are making you stupid. Okay, there's nothing else I can say. I can't even be polite or gentle about it. You're making some stupid decisions one after another about a man who is a dusty ass, cheating, lying bum. I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. What, this nigga got a gold plated dick or something? What in the world? Yeah, she's a loser with a loser. You are correct. At least she did get rid of him though. She kicked him out. So she was on the path to straighten herself out, but she want to go circle back and bring him back into her life. See? And talking about he was going to propose. They always talk about that proposed shit because they know women are stupid and want to get married. Marriage is not all that. It's better to just live in sin. Better yet, just date him. Let him live at his house. I don't understand it. Who is this? Somebody getting kicked out the chat. Wow. Just ban his ass. Can you ban? Okay, maybe I can only one who can ban. You can only time out, I guess. Let me see something else for him so I can just ban him altogether. Let me see. Can I do it? Oh no, once he's timed out, I guess I can't. Well, that's all right. Let's move on. Question number 10, male 30 to 36 from Brisbane. I'm not going to go into details about my condition, but I am terminally ill. Oh no, and he's only in the 30 to 36 age group. I might have months left or years, depending on how well I respond to the treatment, but the point is, I'm going to die. It might happen soon, and my mother in law thinks she has a say in it. What is she, God's right hand? I want all of my finances to be in order before I pass, therefore, I have written a will. It includes all of those who are dear to me, my wife and my daughter, my brother and my parents. And as strange as it might sound, mother in law obviously expected to be included as well. For what reason, I don't know. But she got very displeased when she heard her name wasn't in the will. I've decided to leave the majority of what I own to my daughter. My wife and the rest of the family totally agree. I'm leaving something to everybody else as well, but most of it is going to my kid. She's just 2 now, and I likely will not live to even see 35. Oh my God, this letter is yanking at my heartstrings. It breaks my heart, that I won't get to see her grow up. So the least I can do is make sure the lack of money isn't an obstacle for her to succeed in life. Good. That's a responsible dad. I like that. It's hard for young adults to start building their lives without financial support, and the money I'm leaving her will be enough for her to study, go to college, and partly cover the expenses of buying real estate. It comforts me that when she's an adult, she'll know her dad did think of her future. It comforts me too. I like this. My mother in law started to make a scene about it. She insisted that no one does this. What? Everything must be split equally between all family members, and she's family too, so she should be included. What? It made me mad as hell. Like, who is she to tell me what I can and cannot do with my money? You know, the stuff I earned and saved. I could give it all to a homeless stranger if I wanted to. She has nothing to do with it at all. She's just the mother of my wife, literally no one to me. She's crazy if she thinks I'm going to leave her something. Mother-in-law was like, it's pointless to leave so much money to a child. She wasted all on parties and drinks when she's old enough. Well, I'm sure my wife and my parents will raise her right and teach her the value of money. My wife is an amazing woman, and she'll definitely put a lot of good qualities into our daughter. Who would waste money inconsiderately? I'm pretty sure it's mother in law. She tried to get my parents on her side, trying to convince them that they should all unite and protest to make me change the will. I said, I think the will, what I leave to them is the least of my parents' worries. They're trying to accept the fact that they're going to lose their son. Leave them alone. The will is with my attorney and will only be given to my family after my death. I don't keep it in my house, so fortunately, mother in law cannot get her hands on it. But she threatened us with court and whatnot, claiming she'll never let it go until she gets her share. Who the fuck is this woman? We're all distancing ourselves from her. Everyone is going through a tough time already, and we don't need her negativity here. No one literally has any complaints about this will but my mother in law. I am okay. I get some letters from some fucked up people, but this one takes the cake, the pie, everything, the mousse. I mean, this is unbelievable. I'm just speechless for like one of the first times in my entire life. Okay, she's acting as if there were millions on the table, which there's not, but I'm not. I'm not that rich. I find it very hard to understand how dare she ask me for something she never helped me to get. I've earned every cent I have on my own, and she asks if she put me into a pit of gold and expects me to throw the coins back at her. And if she wants money so much, why not get her ass up and work? You know, this is very unfortunate because you might have to get a restraining order because of the fact that you say that you're terminally ill. Okay, all this stress and anxiety is shortening whatever time you have. Trust me. Stress kills, and she is stressing you the fuck out at a time when you should be concentrating on trying to last as long as you can so that build more of a bond with your daughter. She's only 2, but if she gets a little older, she might actually remember you. Because I remember some things from when I was 3. I remember them very well. So another year or so, she might actually remember some things. You can make videos with her. You can talk to her. You can plan for this. And, videos of when she graduates from high school, a video for when she gets married. I wish I could be there with you, this and that. And so that your wife can give it to her when those occasions happen. These are the kind of things that you need to be thinking about and working on, dude. Leaving some words of wisdom and love and care for your daughter in video form because we have that technology now. People used to not be able to do that. They had to write a letter. But she can actually see your face and hear you talk and listen to your jokes and see your smile. This is like a blessing that you have advance notice. My daughter didn't get that. He left and he just never came back. Okay, so we didn't have time to prepare anything. And I wish we would have. And this, so in a certain sense, Since you do know that you have to die, you know what I mean, it's coming up. You have this window of opportunity to leave something precious for your daughter and even your wife. Okay. So the last thing you need to be doing is thinking about this drama with your mother in law. So you may need to get legal intervention. Okay. Just to protect yourself. I'm going to also suggest that you, if you haven't already, because you haven't really said, that you put this money and stuff into a trust for your child. Okay, a trust that she can't get until she's, I don't know, 18 or 21 or something. Or maybe she gets half of it at 18, the other half at 25. I mean, whatever you want to do. Get your, attorney's advice on that. But you shouldn't give it all to her, and it's going to be getting a lot of interest and stuff over the years. So whatever it is now, it's going to be a lot more by the time she gets it. And this is one of the saddest letters that I have ever read on my show. This is just heartbreaking. What you have to go through, and then for your wife to have to be so humiliated that this is what her mother's doing to her dying husband, and this is the best she can do. She don't have no words of consolation for her daughter. Nothing. All she's focused on is getting something from you that she doesn't even deserve. I don't even know what to say. I'm seriously, that's all I got. But if I were you, I would consult my attorney and ask him about that because it's impacting your health. And what she's doing now is abusing you and your family, But I don't know. He just really, yeah, he's a very concerned and loving father. And I just applaud you, sir, for all the moves that you're trying to make on behalf of your daughter. And I hope that the medication works and gives you at least another couple of years. But work on what I was talking about. That would be just a wonderful. I don't know where that idea even came from, but I think that would be something that your daughter would cherish for the rest of her life, and something that she could show to her children that her dad left for her. I'm getting all choked up. I'm a daddy's girl, so this is hard. Um, okay, let's move on. Question number 11. This is a woman, 37 to 45, from Tacoma. And she says, "Hi, I need some opinions. A longtime friend of mine has asked me to be her bridesmaid, matron of honor, whatever you call it. We are 45 years old, and this is her first wedding. I will be the only bridesmaid, so I just received the bridesmaid dress she ordered for me. It is beyond horrific. First, it is way too small. Okay, this was good. Thank you, cousin, for putting this one after the other one. It's way too small. I cannot zip it up. It's shiny. Oh my God. And it has layers of material. Remember, Deb, we are 45. I was a bit surprised she wanted me to wear a typical bridesmaid dress and not just allow me to purchase a dress on my own, as I'm the only person in the bridal party. I tried it on for my family, who were in hysterics at the sight of me in this nightmare of a dress. Generally, I would suck it up and make it work, but this is bad. Anyways, I sent the bride photos of me in the dress. She stated that it looked beautiful. Oh my God. And I had to wear it. She said that I needed to coordinate with the 3-year-old flower girl whose dress is white. She said a seamstress would have to make it work. The seamstress is going to cost more than the cost of a new dress, if that's even possible. Not even sure I would be able to find a seamstress who would be able to add material so I can zip it up the back. Oh my God, this is comedy. I'm going to see people at this wedding that I haven't seen since high school. I wanted to look nice. I'll be uncomfortable and embarrassed. The bride is a bit combative, and I know, unless I wear that damn dress. But it would be so easy for me to buy another dress in which I would feel good in. What should I do? Why does she think that a dress that you can't even fit in is something that you should be wearing? This would I were it me, I would tell her, look, this dress is a hot mess and it looks like a train wreck. I'm not wearing this. If you want me in the wedding, I'm going to buy what I want to wear and I'm going to wear that. Otherwise, I'm not going to be in your wedding. Now, which one do you want? And those are going to be your two choices. Yeah. So she might be like, you like look better than her or something, and she's scared that you're going to look too cute and take attention away from her. So she's trying to make you look all jacked up. I jacked up in a wedding, and I know what you're talking about. Them dresses with layers of material, they just make you look like a bell. It's like somebody's getting ready to ring the bell. Yeah, have you looking all kinds of jacked up. But anyway, that would be what I would say. And she could be combative if she wants to, but she could walk down the aisle by herself or find somebody else to wear that horrid dress and send it back to her. Say, well, you find somebody that this will fit, and then I'll check you out when you get back from your honeymoon or something, or maybe never. That might works too. Question number 12, female 26 to 29, Victoria, British Columbia. We've been hooking up for almost a year. We are clearly more than just hooking up. For the first 5 months, I never thought of anything else with him besides eggplant. He gave me a surprise by buying me something. It started to feel like he developed this deep connection with me. We are similar people. It's just that it is just different with us comparing to anyone else. I've been hooking up with other people here and there, and I have to say it was just not the same. He has only hooked up with one other person, and he said it was horrible. We are very open and honest about this. I found out that he stalks my social media without following me. I can see him viewing my Instagram stories and barely missing any posts. He doesn't know that I know he views them. Hmm. He brings up topics that interest me. He likes things exclusive. He's a pretty private person. He doesn't want me to follow him on social media at this point. When he looks at me, I know he has deep feelings. His actions show he does too. He kisses me a lot, randomly, not just during eggplant. He kisses me on the forehead before we sleep. The problem is he never took a step forward. He's never asked me out on dates. I did ask him why. He said there's no difference than dating. We only spend the night at his place. I do really like him. The guy's a keeper. He's a bright young man with a great career ahead of him. He is a happy, positive guy. And dun, 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 dun. We recently had an accident. The condom ripped. He panicked big time. He went and bought a plan B. He was terrified and told me to please keep him updated. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I had a cancer scare recently. I told him about it. He wanted to call me and talk about it. I mean, it's easy to see that he cares and low key loves me. I'm starting to feel really weird about this. I'm, in fact, getting emotional. Even though we never started, I do think I can find someone as good as I do not think I can find someone as good as him or even better than him. If I had to let him go one day, I would be upset. Well, that's going to happen. I don't know what to tell you because that's what happens when you be in these friends with benefits situation. And this shit's going on for a long time. For the first 5 months, so how long has it been? Okay, first 5 months, so that means it's longer than 5 months. That's a long time. There's nothing that you can do that often with somebody and spend that much time with them, that much intimate time, and you don't get attached in some kind of way. That would be hard. That's why if you're gonna be that kind of player where you're gonna, just be having hookups and stuff, you don't deal with a dude more than a couple of weeks at the most, and then you move on to the next one. But this one, this is the dangerous thing for you. It sounds like you're getting very attached to this man in a situation that you shouldn't be attached to him. So for your own emotional safety, you need to break this off. Just be honest and tell him, I'm getting in too deep. And I know that's not what you want. I know you just want to keep things loose and easy. And it's going to create a problem for me. So I need to move you out of my life. I'm not going to sleep with you anymore. And, I'm not coming over. We have to stop. We just have to stop. And sometimes, when you do that, they get to see, well, wait a minute, I really do miss her, and maybe this isn't as bad as I thought it would be. And want to be in a relationship. But you're not worried about that. So you don't do it with that in mind. You do it because you need to protect yourself from going down this road. You're going to be devastated. Well, I mean, they don't have that kind of relationship where he needs to be with her in public. They have a hookup relationship. So you having that expectation means that you're being like her. That's not the relationship that they have. There's no judgment about him taking her anywhere. That should not even be a part of this conversation at all. They don't have that. She agreed to what they have. And now she's talking about, well, he's never asked me out. Well, he never was supposed to. Okay. Next question, number 13, 21 to 26 from Brownsville, Texas. I have been with my boyfriend for 6 months now. In the beginning of our relationship, we talked and texted on the phone for only a few times a day. As weeks went on, he told me he was unhappy with our communication and that he needed more. From then on, we have talked and texted and continued to constantly throughout the day. He is still unhappy with me from time to time. He tells me I do not open up enough to him, even though I talk to him about my life each day, my family, my job, and school. My boyfriend continues to tell me that he needs more. From time to time, he has said that talking to me can be like talking to a brick wall. I'm left feeling defeated and like I cannot do right by him. I feel like he's too needy, and when I try to sweetly tell him that, he tells me that I'm hiding things from him and that I'm shady. He makes me rethink myself constantly and was just wondering if it's really me or not. Please help. Get rid of this fool. What is it the fuck the hell did he want you to do? 6 months? What he wants your whole life story and your DNA and everything else? You having conversations about your life, which and this level of involvement with this guy at 6 months is totally appropriate. So I don't know what he's talking about. We talked and texted on the phone a few times a day. As the weeks went on, he was unhappy with our communication. He needed more. And now you talking text constantly throughout. Does this motherfucker not have a job? What is the deal with him? Why does he have so much time and energy to be keeping up with you and what you doing like that? He sounds weird. Like, oh, I did? Oh, thank you. Well, thank you. I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, I'm having a hard. These letters are kind of rough today. Um, he's unhappy, and it's like you. No matter what you do, it's not good enough. Whatever you share of yourself, he wants more. There's something I don't even know what to call this. That he's like a what I call an emotional vampire, like a black hole. He's looking for you to fill him up with attachment and just like absorbing your whole soul or something. He would get on my nerves. Yeah, he don't even know what he wants. He just wants her soul. That's what he wants. He wants her so dependent on him. So now he starts attacking her and calling her names and telling her that she's shady, and that she's hiding things. See, that's a lack of trust. And I think that's behind what all this talking and texting all day. He wants to make sure that you're not dealing with some other dude. So you thinking it's all this romance and he's trying to, keep in touch with you. He just wants to make sure that you're not doing nothing with nobody else. But you good because as soon as he started with that complaining, see, I don't like complaining. Don't complain to me about shit. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. So, especially you just a few months into and he's already bitching and moaning. That's a bad sign. And it's like, that's what you date for though. So it's like if you feel like you're in a situation with somebody and they're not meeting your needs, you all on the same page, you break up and you go date somebody else. That's not hard. So he's trying to mold you into something that he wants you to be instead of accepting you as you are. And I don't see anything wrong with what you're talking about. Your family, your job, and school. I mean, what else is there at your age? Whatever. And you feeling defeated, I mean, that's going to affect your self-esteem. You need to get away from this man. Question number 14. This is from a young woman, 25 to 29. Oh, there's no location. I have a friend who I've been best friends with almost all my life. We used to be inseparable until she moved away when we were in middle school. Since then, we've seen each other infrequently, but it's always like picking up where we left off. She's like a sister to me and the second daughter to my parents, who also love her dearly. She has dealt with more shit than anyone should in life: abuse, drug addiction, alcoholism. She's been abused and she's been the abuser in romantic relationships. Just a terrible hand. In the last year of show, she has gone through more hardships: robbers broke in her house, a bad breakup, losing a job, and trying to get sober. Woo wee. How old is this chick? Oh, 25 to 29. Good Lord. Every time something has happened, she has called me slurring and incoherent, begging me to give her permission to kill herself. I talk to her and try to let her feel heard and offer advice and empathy, but I really don't feel equipped to help. The calls usually devolve into her yelling at me about how my life is perfect. Far from it, Deb. I've battled my own mental health demons and worked hard to stay healthy, and how I couldn't possibly understand. Please let her go. She wants it all to end. She does not text or call me nowadays, besides to have a 2+ hour phone call of me talking her down from committing suicide. I've tried to have a relationship with her, being her emotional support, but she doesn't talk to me when things are well. I feel drained by the relationship and like it's totally one sided. She never asks how I am on the calls, even, and how I am is totally wrecked after every call. I've contacted her parents for these episodes in the past, but they're near the end of their rope due to her verbal abuse when she drinks. I've also given her the suicide hotline number and encouraged her to stay sober, practice self care, and talk to a therapist. Well, what else should I be doing? Hanging up. That's what you should be doing. And not answering. You know that stuff that they have on the phone called caller ID? When you look at it and you see this that stupid bitch calling, you hit that button that swipes to reject call. That's what you do. Send her ass to voicemail. Or you can just set it up so that all of her calls go to voicemail. Since the only time she's calling you is to act stupid on the phone. But you know what I would do? I swear, the next time she asked me for permission, I said, okay, I'll give you permission. Go do it. Get it? You know why? I want you to do it because I'm tired of you wearing me out and calling me every time looking for attention when you need to get your act together and get your life straight. So when I hang up, don't call me no more. The only thing I want to hear about you is either A, you got yourself straight and you sober and clean, or B, I'm going to your funeral. So you just make a decision because other than that, I don't want to hear nothing about you. And I would hang up. Now she needs professional help, but she's not really looking for professional help. She just want to be. She's just an attention whore, and that's fine. You can be all that, but you're gonna be it somewhere else. You're not gonna be doing it with me. It's the only time she hears from her is a 2+ hour phone call. Why would you stay on the phone with somebody for 2 hours and they're berating you and acting stupid like that? I don't know what else to do. It's hard to listen to someone you love say, let me go, please let me go, while sobbing. Ain't I be like, bitch, ain't nobody stopping you. You want to kill yourself? Have at it. You a grown ass woman. Ain't nobody stopping you from doing nothing. Nobody stopped you from drinking. Nobody stopped you from doing drugs. Nobody stopped you from doing any of the stupid shit that you have chosen to do with your life. Just like this. Nobody stopping you from doing that either. So I'm going to hang up. Okay, bye. And that would be that. And then she would be on block. I don't care about what it leads to Chan V. Who's gonna know? Because the bitch is crazy. Be like, that's not what I told her. I just told her I didn't want to hear it. And she took it that way, but that's not what I said. You don't know how you don't have no game, Chan V. No, you don't send EMS over there. That's being codependent. The bitch don't want no help. She just wants to whine on the phone. That's the thing that y'all be getting confused. You be getting confused about your responsibility. You are not responsible for somebody else. And then they calling you on the phone, you have every right to hang up. You can't have her committed. It's just her friend. She don't have no legal rights and powers over this woman. It's just a friend. And she's an adult. It's not her child. She has no power of attorney in the situation. She cannot have a woman committed to do anything. All she can do is not be bothered. Cause I'm not down with these emotional vampires. You get one time with me, and then after that, you call a second time, and you talking about the same stupid shit. I'm hanging up. I don't want to hear it. Question number 15, male, 21 to 26, New Jersey. What to do if your girlfriend loves you but likes someone else? She works with this other guy, and she's confused about what she wants. We've been together for 2 years and 4 months. What's the best thing to do? I know me ignoring her is bothering her, and I'm giving her some space for her to think about what she wants. Why are you doing that? Oh, I guess you've been together for 2 years and 4 months, so you don't want to just, be all hardcore with her. But what you supposed to do when your woman comes to you, tell you that she loves you, but, okay, once somebody says but, it negates everything that they said before the but. So now she likes somebody else. That's what she's telling you. She likes somebody else. So ignore the love part. She likes somebody else. That's the only part that you shouldn't be listening to. So what you do is say, oh, I see. Well, I guess that means that this is over. Thank you for telling me. Now pack your little shit and get out. Go on over there somewhere or wherever you, back to your mama's house, wherever you going. And then that's it, dude. So you talking about you giving her the space to decide what she wants. You don't let her decide what she wants. You decide what you want. What do you want? I'm sure you don't want a woman who splits tank talking about she likes somebody else. What are you doing? What are you doing? You tripping. And I know it's hard. I mean, you're young and you all in love and you thinking that means something. But I'm telling you, the girl done told you she likes somebody else and she's being honest. So you need to pay attention to that and prepare yourself for the end because that's what's coming. Question number 16, female, 18 to 21 from Memphis. I am 19 and pregnant with my first child. There's an age gap of 15 years between me and my fiance. We have been together for a year and a half, and he has a son, 12 years old, from a previous relationship. I do not like this kid. He doesn't say hi, and when I do, he ignores it. So for the last 8 months, he pretends I'm not even there and only speaks with his dad. That's the middleman. My fiance drives an hour away to pick him up on every Wednesday and has him every other weekend and has him full time for the summer. I refuse to make a bond with this kid. He still tries to hold his dad's hand when we're out. Oh, he's doing too much. And he sees me holding hands with him. He's just annoying and refuses to talk to me when I try to make a bond with him. I'm also worried that when our baby comes along, my fiance will not have enough time for the things I need him to do, like pick our baby up from daycare, which he can't on those days because he has to drive more than an hour away to pick up his other kid. I know he has responsibilities, but I don't want my kid to come second every time I need him to do something. Then, you dumb bitch, you should have used some birth control. What the fuck? You knew this was the situation before you got pregnant. What are you doing? You made a stupid decision. Now you want the kid to go away. The kid perceives as just jealousy that you have. This is this man's child. You're gonna put him in a situation where he has to choose between the kid and you. Guess what? He's gonna choose the kid. And then what you gonna be? You're gonna be 19 years old with a baby by some old ass fucker with a 12-year-old. I don't know what you're doing. What possessed you to think that this was a good idea for you to do? You should be having your ass in school because the way that this letter is written, the punctuation and stuff. I mean, I put the spaces and the timing in here, but this run-on thing with some occasional periods and weird capitalization and misspelled words all over stuff, your ass need to be in somebody's school. That's what you need right about now. 19 with some old ass man in his 30s. No. Oh, you just fucked your life all up. That's all I can tell you. Question number 17, male, 21 to 25 from Manchester, England. As you guys see, my nerves are shot. I'm just like very irritated with these people tonight. She's not ready to be a mom. She's been not even ready to be an adult. She's still a kid. How you gonna be having sibling rivalry, which is what she's having, with the 12-year-old and his daddy? Thanks, Magic Woman. She's got sibling rivalry with this child. And talking about the child want to hold his daddy's hand. Well, see, I don't understand how a 12-year-old boy is holding his father's hand. That's kind of ick. But, he's just doing it to get her goat because he sees her doing it. So now he want to do it just because he knows it gets on her nerves. That's sibling rivalry. That's what that is. Tansy, girl, I need some hen. I just, but it's only Tuesday. I have to wait. Who, Lordy. Okay. Question number 17. Male, 21 to 25 from Manchester, England. My girlfriend finds my accent a problem. I just broke up with her of my girlfriend of only a month because it turns out that she felt embarrassed about my accent and felt it was unattractive and made her feel embarrassed to have me around her friends and family. She told me she started feeling this way when her parents brought it up to her and felt it was the wrong decision for her to be dating a Slovak guy. I'm from Slovakia but live in Manchester, England for my job. This was shocking because I've never experienced discrimination like that for the sole reason of being from somewhere else. I felt bad because it sucks to have parents intervene like this. Welcome to my world. This is the same shit we get every day, every goddamn day in the USA for no reason other than we have black skin. Welcome to my world. Now you get to know what the shit feels like. So in a certain sense, I'm kind of gleeful. But still, let me proceed with your letter. It sucks to have parents intervene like this and really gonna go the approach of ignore the annoying parents and totally understood that her parents' beliefs don't reflect her own. But then she told me she felt like I should try to get rid of my accent because she felt like if her parents felt this way, then her friends might also, and that she didn't want to lose both of them. Point to make here, I only met her friends a few times and got no hint that they would ever think that way. So that was unacceptable in my opinion, and I broke up with her. Good job. I do feel slightly guilty though, as if maybe I could have resolved not my accent, just her attitude, but really didn't feel like putting that kind of effort into a relationship of only a month. Did I overreact? Nope. You did the right thing. How's somebody gonna be? I mean, that's like somebody saying, "Well, we've only been dating a month, but um, you're too short. I want you to grow." Or, your nose is too big. You should get a nose job. whatever. They want you to change something about yourself that really is a part of who you are. And, either they accept you as you are or they don't. So to command somebody to start, that you change to suit them and get the approval of people that even outside of the relationship, this girl was too immature and silly. She just immature and silly. So you did the right thing. And luckily it was only a month, so you're not that invested, and neither is she. Now we're on question number 18. This is from a young woman in the 18 to 21 age group out of Richmond, Virginia. I just moved out of my parents' place. There was a whole slew of abusive problems there, and by moving out on my own, I thought I'd finally just get to live and be me. I thought I'd have independence. My roommate doesn't like being alone. I've only been here for 5 days. Oh, is she already writing a letter? And she's already gotten mildly upset at me for going to stay at my boyfriend's house the second night I was here. I want to hold on a second. I want to stay at his place tonight, but I'm afraid that she'll get upset. I think this is going to cause problems because I love my guy and I'll probably stay at his house 2 to 3 nights a week, and I don't think she'll like it. This is comedy. I haven't really known her that long, but it seems that I'm responsible for her separation anxiety or whatever it is she has. I'm just a roommate, and I've only known her for a couple of weeks. I don't want to be a jerk, but I just got out of under my parents' thumb, and I'm not paying rent to be held accountable for someone else's problem. I think she needs to see a therapist. I'm afraid to approach her about this because very minor things set her off and create drama. My boyfriend and I want to move out together. My lease with her lasts for 6 months, and when it gets up, we want to get a one-bedroom apartment. We couldn't when I initially moved out. Am I being unreasonable? How do I approach her about this? You sit her down and you say, look here, we are just roommates. My comings and goings are not your concern. You don't have the right to put any kind of limits on where I go or when I go or how long I stay when I go. That's not your business. You need to stay in your envelope. We share a living space. That's it. We do not share life. We're not dating. We're not related. So you having all these expectations is rather inappropriate. So I'm going to go to my boyfriend's house and I'm going to be over there 2 or 3 nights a week, and you're just going to deal with it. That's how this is going to happen. Bye bye. And then you go on and do what you got to do. And don't worry about her feelings and having a meltdown and stuff. Shit, she'll live. She can't move for till 6 months, Lolly. She don't have the money and this situation. She just said all that. In 6 months, when her lease is up, they're going to get a place together. But they couldn't do that when she initially moved out. She said that. So telling her to go and move out right now is not going to happen. She's going to move out when the 6 months is out. So until then, she needs to put up her boundaries and get this girl straight, because she's doing that passive aggressive thing where she's not thinking about it. But, she's only been living there for 5 days. So this is the time to lay out the rules of how this is going to go. I'm going to have fun here and there. I'll share time with you and stuff. But this man is important to me, and my spending time over there with him is also important. So you just need to deal with it. Why don't you get you a man so you don't have to worry about it too much? Well, it's not her place. She moved in with the other woman. Y'all just don't be listening. She moved in with this chick, so she can't get another roommate. We don't know that, Melanated, because that's not part of the letter. So we don't know uh, what she was doing before that. Maybe she had a different roommate and that person moved out. That's usually how that goes. But, whatever. It doesn't matter. The room could have been sitting vacant. The only residents in there was spiders. I don't know. But it doesn't matter because that's not the problem. The problem is how she is dealing with this young lady who just moved in 5 days ago. Question number 19. Female 30 to 36 out of Chicago. My mother-in-law always used to throw shade at my hair. She would say all these fucked up shit about my hair. She used to have relaxed hair but went natural recently. Her hair was always damaged from the relaxer, so she went natural to let her hair grow, and it has a bit. She seems to have an issue with hair. I blow dry my hair and curl it into a cute style, and she got an attitude. She literally laughed in my face with my rollers in my hair. Then, after my style finished, she started hollering about her hair. She kept giving me dirty looks and saying that she couldn't do anything to her hair and needed a hairdresser. Oh, that was a clue for you to send her to get her hair done. My kids spent the night with her. She said she'd do their hair. I met up with them at the mall. She had my kids looking fucking crazy. She did not fucking do their hair at all. She did not comb, wash, condition, spray, nothing. I got so mad because she had my babies looking like they rolled out of bed. She has type 4 hair and my kids have type 3. I even left hair products, combs, etc. in her bathroom in the fucking bathtub for them. All you had to do is literally rinse with water, put some conditioner on the hair, rinse again, and put some leave-in in when they get out, and then they're straight. You don't even have to comb it if they want to be lazy because my kids know how to comb their own damn hair and they know how to brush their hair as well. I asked my husband why his mom didn't do their hair, and he told me that I should have. I said they spent the night with her. Am I supposed to drive over there and do their hair for her? That would have caused a problem because she's the type to see that as shade and flip out. I told him I left the products in the bathroom and in the bathtub. He told me that I should have done it myself. What the ever loving fuck? Am I wrong? Should I swallow my pride and nicely explain to my mother in law how to do her hair and my kids' hair? What should I tell my husband? Am I overreacting? And no, this is the first, second, or third time this has happened. She refuses to do their hair. I'm thinking she's intimidated by ethnic hair, but she's a black woman herself. My husband said not to confront her because I will open a big ass can of worms regarding hair with her. The solution is keep your fucking kids at your house and do their hair. Okay? Problem solved. Don't take and put the responsibility for doing your kids' hair on some dumbass woman who obviously doesn't want to do it. Okay? I mean, this is like not hard. There's no reason for you to be going through all of this and dragging your husband into it and stuff when all you have to do, if you want your kids' hair looking a certain way, is to do it yourself or hire somebody to do it for you. And if the kids are staying the night over there, just don't let them stay over there anymore. That's real easy. Get a babysitter. Make sure there's no males in the house. No boyfriend, no older brothers, no cousins, no teenage boys, that kind of stuff. Make sure that first. And then they can go over there and be babysat over there. They don't have to be at your mother-in-law's house. Or you can get a babysitter and they can watch them at your house and you and your husband can go to a hotel. There's options here. But whatever it is, ranting and raving about what somebody else don't do for your kids is pointless. You say it's not the first time, it's not the first, second, or even the third time, but yet you keep beating your head against the wall trying to make somebody do something that they obviously are not going to do. What are you doing? So, that's to me is the answer to this. You trying to make somebody do something, and what you need to do is make yourself get a clue. That's what you need to do. Question number 20, this is the next to last one. Female, 26 to 29, from Taos, New Mexico. My boyfriend and I have been having problems for the last month. I made some new girlfriends, and ever since that happened, our relationship has suffered. He constantly seems to be upset if I want to see them and mentions that he needs to be number one, and I don't make him number one. Oh, God, here we go. We have been in therapy. The therapist said if he gets a subservient woman, he won't be happy. Well, anyway, my dad suddenly became ill and I flew home, and 4 days later, my dad died. It was very sudden. He was only 68. It was unexpected by everyone. I came back a mess. My boyfriend picked me up and I was having a breakdown. I had cried the whole plane ride home, and when I got to the house, I started sobbing because I had some stuff my dad had sent me sitting out and his art hanging up. Instead of consoling me, he said I wasn't acting right because, oh my God, this guy. Had been 4 days and he said we were going to the ER. He kept fighting with me about it. I hadn't slept the night before and I told him I just needed some sleep. He didn't even try to spend the night. He left and I went to sleep. The next day he asked if I wanted to hang out. I said I didn't want to go to his house, and he said he would stop over, but that he can't sleep at my house anymore because I have a queen bed and it's too small. He's been sleeping over the whole last year and a half, but now suddenly it won't fit. He wouldn't skip his workout, so he didn't get to my house till 7. Then he fought with me for an hour and a half about how I treat him so horribly and don't put him first, and he's unloved and unappreciated. I told him to stop it. It was too much for me to deal with right now, but he wouldn't. Why did you not kick him out of your house? I don't understand these women. Why are you grieving for your daddy and you're going to be fighting with this fool because he's not getting enough attention? Y'all good. He would have got smooth, cussed out, and tossed out. The next day he came over and won because he was nearby. It was Saturday. And I said I was thinking of going to my mom's. He said, aren't Saturdays our days anymore? He likes to spend the weekends together. I said, I just want to see her today. He said he wants to date other people. I said, "Are you serious with this timing? My dad just died." He said how I don't meet his needs and there is no good time to do it. He got to my house and he argued with me for a while about how badly I make him feel, on, and then he just walked out. He texted me later and told me about my behavior being unloving and unappreciative, put him in a depression. I can't believe he's putting his needs first right now when I'm going through this death. I want to come home to warmth and love, and this is what I got. Arguing, him telling me he wants to date others. I would never have done that to him if it were reversed. Is he being selfish or am I crazy? You got a narc girlfriend, a straight up, not even covert at all, self centered little bitch boy. That's what you got. Why you argued with him at a time like that and trying to explain yourself and justify your tears and all of that? He's the least sympathetic, uncaring, just fuck boy I have ever heard of. This is unbelievable. It's like he gave no fucks about your daddy dying and how that, the man has been in your life and loved you and cared for you. Your entire life is gone in the snap of a fingers. And all he can talk about is himself and how he wants to break up because you're unappreciative and unloving. See, you good. Cause he talking about he was depressed and everything. I'm like, good. I hope you kill yourself. That's what I hope. I hope that you drink bleach and die. That's what I hope. I hope you walk out in the street and get hit by a Mack truck. That's what I hope. I hope that a plane crash and pieces of the plane drop on your head and smash you into just a splat on the middle of the street. That's what I hope. I hope that a fire starts and you get turned into a crispy little charcoal nugget. That's what I hope. I would just go on and talk about all the dreadful things that I hoped that he would happen to him and that he would die. And he would quickly hang up for me because he would think this bitch is gone crazy. But this is you want to hear unappreciative and unloving. Let me show you how it's done. Because you think that little stuff, me talking about my daddy and crying, was unloving and unappreciative. No, 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 no. But let me show you how unloving and unappreciative is demonstrated. And then I'll proceed to do that. Oh yes, he is totally a trip. So when you have somebody who treats you like that, I take the kid gloves off and it's time to just let all my Fillmore heritage out and just go smooth off on him and hurt every feeling he ever had. I just don't understand. One thing that's the theme about the women tonight is weakness, not standing up for themselves, no boundaries, no standards for behavior of the men in their lives, no kind of limits to the bullshit that they will take from these men, no kind of standards for a relationship, just coasting through the relationship, just happy that they have what they call a boyfriend, I guess. I don't know what this is. But, and then of course you're miserable and depressed and upset because you have chosen to align yourself with an idiot that mistreats and disrespects you. And you think by writing to me, I'm going to tell you how to stay in that situation and make that work. You must have forgot who I am. That shit would never happen. Not here. Whew. Y'all, I'm just like, oh. Okay, this is the last one, Lady Boss. This is the last one. Am I so happy? Yes. Question number 21. Female, 37 to 45 age group. Yeah, they don't have no backbones at all. No self esteem, no confidence, no nothing. Just walking around breathing. Okay, this lady says, my 24-year-old son and his girlfriend, who's also 24, have only been together for 6 months, and she is apparently 4 months pregnant. What? They have actually been friends since high school, and so my husband and I have known her for a few years as well. She is a lovely girl, but honestly, she is not someone I had hoped would be the mother to my first grandchild. First of all, she is a recovering drug addict and alcoholic. Wait a minute, well, where's the lovely girl part at? And while she says she has been clean for 3 years, a relapse is always possible. She only finished high school with a GED and now works as a waitress. Her parents died years ago, so she is largely on her own. Oh, I see. Our family is considerably better off, and my son is joining his father's business, meaning his salary will be quite high and will only continue to grow. Since my son first told us that she is pregnant, it can't escape my mind that he may not really be the father and that she picked him out of potential others because he would be the quote best in terms of support. My son is pushing us to help her with some of her pregnancy expenses, and I told him that we would under the condition that she get a paternity test. He completely blew up at that, accusing us of disliking her with untrue and not wanting to be grandparents, which is also untrue. He says he loves her and trusts her and that he can't wait to meet his baby. I get that, but I think he's being idealistic. If he wants our support, we want a paternity test first. If the baby is truly his, then we'd be happy to welcome her into our family. We'd be happy to help her out. Are my husband and I wrong? Absolutely not. Your son is stupid. First of all, what you doing barebacking to get a damn baby? Okay. Now you say he will be joining your husband's business, but what is he doing right now to make money? But see, were this my son, I would say, look here, little motherfucker, this is how this is gonna go. You obviously don't make good decisions because you went to find all the bitches you could have found. You went and found one was a druggie and only got a GED. Okay, what are you doing? Okay, that's number one. Number two is you want to try to tell us what to do with our money? In what planet does that happen? You got to pay the cost to be the boss. We the boss because we got the money. You is just a little squirrel trying to get a nut. So if you want some of our money, you gonna do what we say to get it. You don't want to do that, then you and her figure out what you gonna do about your child care expenses since you was the two motherfuckers laying up there fucking making that damn baby. We wasn't in the bed doing it. So don't tell me shit. You want some of my money. You want me to help. I want to make sure that that really is my bloodline. And if you don't think so, you have a problem with that, then you all carry your asses over there and you make the magic happen all by yourself. Don't ask me for shit. So that's how it's gonna be. Either you gonna get the DNA test and you gonna prove to me that that's really your child, or you don't get shit from me. Those are the two choices you got. That's it. A and B. That's what I would tell him. Yeah, he's stupid. I mean, but it really might be his kid because, my thing is, as a mother, if my son was fucking her, then of course there is the option that it could be his. It might be, but I don't know that. And I want to make sure before I write a check. I'm not investing my money in some other motherfucker's baby. Not doing that. And you want me to do that, then you need to give me what I want to feel good about spending my money. So that's it. Those are your two choices, son. Other than that, son, you need to go out and get you two jobs, son. And you help the woman that you fucked that made a baby that you think is yours. That's what you need to do. And don't ask me for shit. And that would be that from my point of view. Because I'm like, you an adult and you up there screwing and you making babies and shit. You're doing adult things. You're doing adult things. You have adult responsibilities, and adults pay their own way. Children go and get, things from mommy and daddy. So you trying to have a child attitude and you trying to make demands on somebody else, like, we're obligated to step in and help you with your baby that you made. You're an adult. You should have thought of all of that before you went up there barebacking. You didn't, so now this is what you're going to have to do if you want us to help you. But really, I don't know. I was like, no, I'm not helping you do shit. I'm going to be just like every other grandparent, and when it comes, I will buy it presents just like everybody else. But it's not my responsibility to pay for shit. She should have had a job and some health insurance and shit. And that's what you want to do, then you need to pay for it. I'm telling you, I wasn't the one in the bed fucking. So this not my responsibility to worry about shit about you or her or that damn baby. But that's just how I am. That's why my daughter don't have no kids, because she already know. She'd be like, my mother, my mother wouldn't give me a red cent. And she right. You want to be having a baby by some motherfucker, he need to have some money and be able to support the kid that he made. Don't be looking at me. Am I the daddy? So that's the problem I had. These people like, oh, you need to support your kids. You need to do something. No, I don't. I supported her. I busted my ass to support her. I worked 2 and 3 jobs, hustled on the side. Went without sleep, without meals. I did all kind of shit, borrowed from pillar to post to make shit happen. For years, I did that. I've paid my dues. I'm not doing anything else. I'm done. Okay, motherhood for me was rough. Trying to be, because I didn't plan to be no single mama. Shit happens. You deal with it. You roll with it. But, by that same token, I'm not going to encourage it, and I'm not going to be no codependent enabler of my daughter doing something like that. Well, we don't know, what her situation is. But whatever it is, she need to handle it and he need to handle it, and they need to leave me out of it. Unless they want my money, then you're going to get the DNA test like I said. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. That's just how it is. But whew, I smell like I'm making Cuban black beans. They're in there simmering now. It smells good. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the evening. And then I'll put them in the refrigerator. I let them sit in there. They absorb the seasoning. So by tomorrow, when I eat these bad boys, they're going to be bam. I might even bring some and show you guys on the video because Ken's going to be here tomorrow. Me and Ken are going to be doing the video. So, come through and, watch us. I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but, if you have questions that you would like to ask him, remember this is the guy that was my friend. He's been my friend for 20 something years, like going on 30 years almost. And, mature guy. And we're going to be talking about some aspects of relationships and stuff. I have some stuff I want to ask him, but we'll also be taking questions from you too. Yep. Thank you, XX, quoting me. It looks funny to see what I said, just off the top of my head in print. I'm like, oh, that is rather brilliant, isn't it? But you guys, thank you so much for sitting in tonight. I admit I was not in a really good mood reading some of these letters. That one about the father dying, that just kind of fucked me up. I just haven't really been able to recover. And then I just got irritated at these women. It's just, something wrong with you. Why you act like this? Where's your self-esteem? Where's your pride in yourself as a woman? Why do you just let yourself be caught up with these dusty bums? And hang on to them like, like this is something that you need to be doing. This is terrible. This is terrible. But, you know, we will be here tomorrow. I want to thank everybody who made a super chat donation, all my Patreon supporters, and especially to my girl, Lady Boss. She is like solid. And, plus she's a sweetie and she's funny. And, everything about that young lady is on hit. So I have truly been blessed to have her in my life as well as all of you. And I want you to know that how much I appreciate you. And hopefully you can join me tomorrow. We'll be here at 6 o'clock talking with Ken and seeing what kind of stuff jumps off of that. And if you have any, you want to submit your question for What the Fuck Tuesday, look in the show description down below. Click that link that says Get Advice and send your question in, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Bye-bye.